My name is DK Do It All, and this is why we should destigmatize trap rap. I enjoy listening to trap rap because it's motivational. I feel like it gives you a different sense of the hustle, like whatever you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? If I'm about to go to work or if I'm about to go accomplish something, it's the perfect, it set the tone for my day. So my thoughts on Lil Baby's The Bigger Picture is that I think he dropped it at the perfect time because that was when all the protests and all that was going on. And I feel like he used his platform for a good reason, of course, but I also think it got his fans and the listeners to kind of look at the situation as a different perspective, not just saying, you know what I'm saying, black and white, but, you know what I'm saying, like everybody said, we're all human. So it was kind of like, don't look at you and me being so different, like look at us as the same. He was basically kind of saying, in my opinion, we all pawns in this. So I think that was just his articulation, like it's something a lot bigger going on without really saying what's going on for real. Shit, bro, trap rap is rap, honestly, now. I feel like back in the day, probably when we was growing up, it was specifically a southern thing, you know what I'm saying, like Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, T.I., Gucci, and Jeezy, and Gotti, really. But I think now, trap rap is like pretty much global, like even drill, to an extent, is like a spin-off form of trap rap, in all honesty, you know what I'm saying? So trap rap is arguably the #1 genre in the world, because hip hop is the #1 genre. So if you listen to trap rap, it's that. Basically, like it's really that now, you feel me, in my opinion. I think it's a value depending on how you listen, because I see why some people might find it negative, in the sense that it talks about killing, drug dealing. In a way, it could be looked at as it devalues all women, and you know what I'm saying, the typical reasons why people don't like all rap in general. But I feel like it's positive in the sense that you're hearing a creative expression of someone's daily life. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody's saying something as simple as I'm rapping the bell, I'm paying the sale, I'm doing it well, or whatever they're saying, like that's their interpretation of their right now. And I think it's beauty in that. But you just gotta listen with an open mind. I think it does, because black art, no matter what it is always gonna have a negative perception to the public. Like somebody always gonna have something to say about black people creating art and life from struggle to strife. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's always gonna have something to say about what we do. So it's beautiful in the sense that, like I said, like you turning a very ugly situation into art that kids from Wyoming enjoy, and singing it like they live in it, you know what I'm saying? Or saying someone's like from our city, you know what I'm saying? You might grow up in Lawrence and Fishers. Most of us don't come from nowhere near that, but like we saying it like we do. And it's like you getting your story out and it's impacting somebody else to the point that they resonate with it. So I feel like it can be positive. Not only that, but it brings people together. Like at a concert, man, you see all type of people at Moneybagg Yo concert. It'd be more non-melanated people than melanated. Like I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? It'd be more of the other listeners than it'd be his core audience. You know what I'm saying? Most of his core audience probably don't even come to the show. feel like the music kind of does, because for every rapper who does become successful, it's probably about 10 of them who don't, and it's about 30 of their homeboys who they lost on the road too. You know what I'm saying? So their music is basically protecting their stories. Like G Herbo, for example. Every song, he's shouting out Rock, Pistol P, Kobe, he's shouting out everybody who he lost. So like, through his song, he's protecting their story, you know what I'm saying? Because they live on through the music. So you know what I'm saying? Like in that sense, the music does it. Like I don't know how we as the listener does it, but I feel like shit, playing their song, I guess playing their music does, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might say long live Kobe just because you rapping the verse, so you protecting your story, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to all of them. Yeah, definitely Herb does it. Herb even got initiatives, you know what I'm saying? He just opened a school. He got different initiatives for Black mental health and wellness. And I think the relationship is in the fact that I think a lot of people who actually, you know what I'm saying, who resonate more closely to the lifestyle that trap rap is, I think a lot of the people who experience that don't know that they're in a mental health crisis at times. You know what I'm saying? You could probably, on average, ask somebody like, hey bro, do you know that it's not normal to feel like somebody gonna kill you every day? You know what I'm saying? Like the average person doesn't really have to deal with it on average. I mean, as a Black man, we all do to an extent, just because, you know what I'm saying, there's societal factors, but on the grand scheme, the average person is not waking up like, man, I could die today. You know what I'm saying? And a person who resonates more closely to that does. So like, I feel like the connection is that some artists speak on it, and I feel like more artists need to like speak on the reality, because as a listener, sometimes you can get caught up in the fantasy of trap rap and not really understanding like, hey bro, like people really dying, like people really getting football numbers, people really going to jail for the rest of their lives. At 17, you getting 48 years. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And like the mental health component of that, sitting in the cell for 48 years of your life, 23 hours a day, you only get an hour to see sunshine. It's crazy. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like the mental health aspect is definitely there. I just feel like it probably needs to be discussed a little bit, like a lot more, honestly. Just in our community alone, honestly. I feel like what Kanye said is very controversial, super controversial. But when he was like, we still slaves, I think that's what he was talking about. Like, I feel like we are still in the mental trap, you know what I'm saying? Like the trap, your trap ain't always gotta be physical, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be mentally trapped in other people's opinions. You could be mentally trapped in familial expectations. You could be mentally trapped in trauma bonds or negative friendships. So I feel like you gotta get out of your own trap. And sometimes your trap is yourself. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like as a whole, we just need to do a little bit more self-work and figure out what our own trap is, and then make the conscious choice to escape. Because some people don't know they trapped. So once you start realizing who you are, it's like, okay, I might be trapped, but I can figure out a way to, you know what I'm saying, get out of this. So that's how I feel.